All right, in this instance, it looks like, again, the elimination method screams at me here because they're both in standard form and these things line up. It looks actually like the substitution method wouldn't be too much more difficult because I do have a coefficient of 1 on this y. So I could solve this equation for y. I could do it that way. But I'm going to follow the path of least resistance and just add these vertically, giving me 4y equals 2. That's y equals 1/2 because I'm dividing both sides by 4. If y is 1/2, to find the value of x, I don't know, whatever. I'm not too bothered about plugging a 1/2 in for the y, especially since this equation doesn't have anything multiplied by that y. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to plug it into the second equation. We get negative 2x plus 1/2 equals 6. When I subtract 1/2 from both sides, actually, before I do that, I'm going to think of this 6. Since I'm going to be adding a fraction, I'm going to think of this 6 not as a 6, but I'm going to think of it as 12 halves, so that it has the same denominator. So when I subtract 1/2 from both sides, I end up with negative 2x equals 11 halves. And to finish solving this, I want to divide both sides by negative 2, which gives me x equals negative 11/4. If you weren't comfortable dealing with fractions there, remember you could have used eliminated the y's from this equation and use that to find your value of x. So if I did that, the least common multiple here is 3, so I would multiply through this equation by negative 3. I would get 2x plus 3y equals negative 4, and 6x minus 3y equals negative 18. So when I add these together, those cancel out. I get 8x equals negative 22. Divide both sides by 8. I get x equals negative 22/8, which reduces down to negative 11/4. So you can see I do end up with the same solution here. Just a matter of how you want to go about it. This way, if you're really not comfortable dealing with fractions, you could do it this way. It is a good idea to learn some of the, to practice your rules for fractions. And again, you can check your work here, making sure that the point negative 11/4, comma, I haven't found my, I found my y coordinates right here, comma, 1/2. You can make sure that that point satisfies both of these equations. 2 times parentheses negative 11 divided by 4 plus 3 times, I'm just going to call this 0.5. That gives me a negative 4 there, and negative 2 times negative 11/4. I could do the decimal representation of that one as well, but whatever. I'm already done, so I get a 6 there, and that's what I expect.